Hi, Air. This is the reading for you for the Gemini full moon. Hey, hey. With the Gemini full moon, of course, we have those revelations as we do with all full moons, where we are enlightened things are illuminated, things come out of hiding, they come up from the dark, all of that with the full moon. But with this Gemini influence around it, I think we're able to digest these revelations or this new information in a lot more easy, lighthearted manners, real nice and easy. It's almost like you have a sense of humor about it, or you're like, hey, it is what it is. I'll just deal with it. Now, we have Venus sitting on top of both Pluto and Saturn around the same time, 12 a.m. for those on the east coast of the United States. So our portal is real wide. Step through it. But with the Venus conjuncting Pluto and Saturn energy, it could be some, harder things to kind of deal with, usually. Some truths that we didn't know or didn't expect, or we had a hard time kind of, dealing with prior. They're coming up for us to kind of to have to deal with now. And usually it will be hard, but that Gemini full moon energy is going to make things a whole lot easier. So we're going to see exactly what it is that the Gemini full moon is trying to tell each of us. And I'm going to start with Aquarius, okay? You thought I was going to start with Gemini? Nope. I'm starting with Aquarius, okay? Aquarius. What's the message for Aquarius at the Gemini full moon? What's the message for Aquarius at the Gemini full moon? Message for Aquarius at the Gemini full moon. Message for Aquarius at the Gemini full moon. Message for Aquarius. We're going to say that it started 2 minutes. Message for Aquarius at the Gemini full moon. Okay, we got some movement happening here. If not literal travel, a message is being broadcasted or a message is coming to you from long distance. All right, the Magician. What's up with that? I heard anything is possible. Message of something seeming impossible or you moving towards something that you thought at one point was impossible. Four of Coins, holding something in or holding something back. Let's see, Page of Cups. I see forward movement or fruitful communication or a message that you're moving forward on your lonesome or dolo or just taking you and your kids or something. But somewhere along the line with this energy, I'm feeling like you were in a situation where you kind of felt stuck, where you felt like there wasn't a whole lot that you could give to this situation. I'm an Aquarius sun, and I have a couple of planets in the 11th house. So I'll say this: I don't believe that Aquarius are as emotionless and detached as people try to make us seem. I do believe that if we don't feel absolutely comfortable with how this person feels about us, if we don't feel 100% accepted and loved in return, we usually will not completely open up to you. And I feel like in this instance, you don't feel like you've been in a place where you could 100% open up. You couldn't be like the star card where you're just naked and vulnerable, pouring out your emotions because you didn't feel like it was a very solid ground to pour your emotions on. See, we have this place here is like this person holding on to something in the desert. Your emotions are very valuable to you, Aquarius. Um, how you feel is very valuable to you, and you felt like you could only give so much. I feel like the other party may have had like this wall up that it was kind of like damn near hard or impossible for you to get through. And as heartbreaking as it is like, I'm not fruitful here. I gotta go. I can't do much here. Like, I can't. It's a hurtful energy. It's a hurtful energy. Now, along with the hurtful energy, this could go one of two ways. You can some magical full moon energy happening here because the magician is Gemini Virgo type energy, very analytical thinking type people, but it is airy at the same time. You could have some astrological event, some major astrological event like a Gemini full moon that moves things forward, that gives you an opportunity to victoriously communicate what it is that you're feeling, how it is that you're feeling, to put some things on the table and find solutions, or you end up moving on. You just let it be known that, you know what, this is the perfect time for me to learn my lesson, harness the things that I've learned, harness this energy, and put it into something else that is more beneficial for myself. But without a doubt, there will be some type of victorious communication. Whether it is victorious for both of you, that's yet to be determined. So let's see. Mm, Somebody, if not you, Aquarius feminine, who's been watching kind of with a worrisome vibe around you, it's been somebody just kind of watching you. I think they may feel the change in your energy, that you are thinking about, picking up and taking off and going about your own business, because it's just, you're not getting anywhere and you don't like stagnancy. Maybe you haven't, said it yet, but I feel like they can kind of see it. They can kind of tell, maybe something that you told this person before. Maybe you didn't even realize it, but to this person, it sounded like you were trying to break up with them. That's very specific. Like you said something, and you may not have even meant it to sound like there was like pending doom, but it could have been like you usually say, "All right, baby, I'll be right back later," and then you usually say that to them, and then one day you was just like, "All right, bye." You know what I'm saying? Like something real simple like that. Some pattern that you had of kind of communicating with this person. One day it changed. There was something different, something very small. Maybe the wording was kind of different. I'm really feeling an energy here of communication. And I feel like since that point, this person has almost been bracing themselves for a breakup. Like bracing themselves for the worst. This could be someone who, they kind of expect the worst, especially with that magician energy. It's kind of like, Virgo and Gemini type of energy. They could be kind of looking for signs sometimes. Sometimes those people are like stupid, cautious of danger. Like it doesn't even have to be that bad of a situation. And sometimes they'll just look out for things that are not right. You feel me? And I feel like since you said, some was something, it was very, we are aloof. I don't feel like we're necessarily detached, but we are kind of aloof, and those are not synonymous. We're not detached. We can love you and be attached to you, but still be like, oh, I got this going on, I got that going on. I wonder how many stars are in, Andromeda. I wonder how many flakes of sand are on the beach. I wonder how many calories are in this egg. Just stupid shit. Sometimes sometimes it's a little deeper than that. But what I'm really getting at is that maybe your mind was somewhere else, and maybe you thought the effect of what you were saying to this person was minimal, or maybe you even meant it with a different intent, but they took it in a way almost as if, oh snap, Aquarius is about to break up with me, or Aquarius is tired of me, Aquarius don't want me no more. It's like that's how the person took what you were saying. So there's a lot of misunderstanding, and there's been a lot of worrying too. And when somebody is worrying about something and doesn't get a definitive answer, the mind go start playing all type of tricks. The magician, that mind going crazy. Somebody's mind is traveling, a mile a minute, and the conclusions that they're coming up to, it ain't good for them. It's not things that they want to really hold on to. They're very low vibrational, and they will lead to heartbreak if you continue to hold on to it. So you have to know that sometimes your mind is playing games on, if it's not you, it's the other person, and if it's not the other person, it's you. That your mind may be playing tricks on you. So the best thing to do is just kind of ask for, Yeah, you're gonna want to ask for some clarity because right now it's like you in this energy or the other person is in this energy of, oh, Mom Nicole, they left me, they didn't do this for me, they didn't do that for me. Basically, something is being left unsaid and it's causing damage. The longer it's being left unsaid, the more damage is being done. Your Rebel deck oracle says, get the ugly cry on, let that go. Your soul will thank you. You need a good effing cry. See, the problem is a lot of y'all are making yourself cry for no reason. Aquarius feminine or Aquarius cross watcher. You're making yourself sad and depressed for no reason. Now, Venus is conjuncting Pluto and Saturn. That's causing a lot of, upheaval in relationships. That wouldn't usually be the case. So you're gonna have to kind of control those emotions or control those thoughts that have you all out here in left field thinking crazy stuff. And you're gonna have to reel that back in, and the Gemini full moon is helping you do that. It's giving you a more lenient, a more open, lighthearted type of energy where you can have these discussions without such heavy emotions. You don't want that. You don't want that cloud in your communication. You want to be able to say exactly what you want to say and have it be effective and have your motive be achieved, have your reason for speaking be, felt. You want to be victorious in your communication. What in the world? Okay. You want to have your you want to have your message get across. And what you have to do is stop being so super sensitive to hurt or pain, or you have to kind of let them know that you weren't breaking up with them or somebody is very sensitive to pain. Somebody is just like they see painful things before they see prosperous things. And you may have to do a little overtime work to get them to realize that you may have thought I meant this, but that's not what I meant. What's unknown to them is that you were very pure in your communications, or that you feel very purely or you feel very strongly for them. Known what's known right now is that, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. What's known is that what they know in their mind, what their mind is telling them, but what their mind is telling them is not really what's going on. This person is just very focused on pain instead of being focused on prosperity. And that little bit of aloofness about you, Aquarius, is amplifying it because of the transits. So you're gonna have to counter that. You're gonna have to work against that to make things work in your favor, okay? So that has been your reading, Aquarius. All right, that was a long reading. We are going to go into Gemini finally at around, let's say, 13:15. It's your time, Gemini. It's your time. It's your time, Gemini. All right. Messages for Gemini at the Gemini full moon. Messages for Gemini at the Gemini full moon. Messages for Gemini at the Gemini full moon. You guys keep it down. Messages for Gemini at the Gemini full moon. Okay. Let's see what's going on. This is your full moon, Gemini. You get to have the last full moon of the decade. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, we have the King of Cups. King of Sorrow. You crying everyone's tears. You feel stuck, Gemini. This energy just feels real stuck. How you gonna feel stuck at your full moon? Gemini, you feel stuck. Or you dealing with somebody who's stuck. Stuck in their head, stuck in themselves. I feel like they have a very fruitful inner world, but I don't see none of it coming out. I don't see none of it coming out. And then there you are in your own reading. Gemini, why? You have such a fruitful inner world, Gemini. Why do you carry all of that inside of you? Why won't you let it out? Why won't you let this grow? Because as long as you keep it to yourself, it's not gonna take root. It's not gonna grow into this. So why? Why do you hold it in? Mm, man, listen. I feel like you have an opportunity to have everything that your heart ever desired. You don't want to miss out on this, Gemini. You don't want to go into a whole nother decade, because I do feel like it'll be another good 10 years for you before you come across what you have right now. That's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. You don't want to go without having something good for 10 whole years. That's not what's up. Ooh. You got a Four of Swords, somebody being in their head, being in, inwardly thinking all of these things, but outwardly can't show nothing. Can't show nothing. You look so closed off. And I'm having to pull this out of spirit. You just look so closed off, Gemini. Just be glad I'm good at what I do. You are so closed off. Why? You have such a vibrant inner world. Your inner world reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland. It's very magical. It's very quirky. It's very whimsical. Why don't you show that? Do you not feel that it'll be accepted? Was it not accepted growing up? Were you told that you were too silly, or that, your emotions were too fickle, or that you were too sensitive? What is it? Why? Gemini, show somebody this. I feel like you have the ability to be in a connection that will be everything you've ever wanted it to be. But it's like you're just holding it in. Don't do that. Gemini, this is your full moon. If you don't take advantage of this full moon, you will regret it. If you don't harness the energy of this full moon, you will be sad about it for a very long time. This is your time. Please take it. Please take it. Go see do some new things. Talk to people cooler than you. Take a trip. Listen, your mind is already a trip. You are a trip. You are a whole trip, Gemini. I just need you to show it. I need you to show it. Because if you don't show it, listen, if Gemini doesn't come forth at the Gemini full moon, you're going to cancel yourself out. And then all you're going to feel is that Venus conjuncting Pluto and Saturn energy. And when you have this planet of love and money and all of that sitting on top of discipline and death and power struggles, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. If you are letting money issues or financial issues hold you back from expressing your true self, you are getting ready to lose. If you're just being stubborn about expressing your love because you don't want to lose your power, or because, you just feel that's not what I do, that's not how I was raised, you are getting ready to lose, Gemini. You being in that energy is canceling out the purpose of this full moon for you. Do not stifle yourself. Don't kill yourself. You are about to blind yourself. You're about to blind yourself. When you have a Gemini sun and the Gemini moon, and look, look, it's like eclipse season around here, and you looking dead at it. Instead of actively doing something with the energy, you're just gonna stand there and stare at it till you go blind. Gemini, don't do that to yourself. Stop holding it in. Stop holding it in. Let somebody see the trippy you. Let somebody see all of that quirkiness that is in you. Let somebody enjoy you. Each one of us are the journey. We are the adventure. We don't come into the world just because we have a mission. We are the mission. The growth of you, the development of you is the mission. Let someone join you on that. Let somebody be your partner. Let somebody see you. Open up to someone. And I mean in love. Because everybody has that need for love and companionship. You can play yourself all day talking about, I'm a player for life. I don't love you, hoe. You can do that all day. But let me tell you something. You are a human, and humans need love. You need love. Not only do you need love, you want it because your mind stays stuck on it. Everything you do is because either you feel like you've never had love or because you want love. So you may people please because you want love. You may self sabotage because you felt like you've never had love. So just give yourself a chance this one time. If it comes up for you at the Gemini full moon, give yourself a chance this one time. I'm feeling strongly. If you don't, you're going to spend the next 10 years regretting it. And I'm not saying you're not going to be with nobody else for 10 years. I'm saying that for 10 years, you may not find somebody like the person that's right there in front of you right now. It may take 10 years for the rest of the world to catch up to the person you're with right now. With this high priestess energy that I feel, this is a very spiritual person. It's a very spiritual card. What you're feeling right now is not just material based, even though there's material prosperity indicated. It's very deep emotions. This person will take care of you. And I don't mean they have to take care of you financially, but you guys together will get to a point where you'll be able to take care of each other financially. It don't always have to be about a man coming with all the coins to support you. A lot of women and divine feminine, you know this, you're a hustler yourself, just in a whole different way. And then with you two coming together as a team, you're able to take each other to totally different levels. You're able to elevate. Look at all of these YouTube couples getting that bag off of YouTube views, being in a regular relationship and just having a camera on them, getting paid millions, driving Teslas and shit, on vacation every other week, just because they in love. Gemini, stop playing yourself. Stop playing yourself. Because you are very, very much so rich inwardly, but you don't allow any of it to come out. So you have this stale type of emotional life outwardly. And that is not what's up. Not what's up. Because I could see if you didn't feel nothing, if you weren't a vibrant person inwardly, if you felt nothing inward, it would be okay if you had a stale love life. But you feel deeply inwardly. So to be in this stale relationship, I feel like it's killing you. I feel like it's killing you. Maybe that's an extreme vibe I'm feeling, but I feel like it's killing you. Don't do it to yourself. Ooh, that's heavy. But Gemini, that is your message for this Gemini full moon. That's you, darling. All right, we're gonna move on to Libra because I feel like I done got it across, and I ain't gonna keep talking. Y'all finish, y'all done. I ain't got no more talk for you. All right, Libra at 23:30. Let's get into it. Libra, let's get it. All right. Libra, messages for Libra at this Gemini full moon. Message for Libra at the Gemini full moon. Libra, Gemini full moon. Libra, at the full moon. Libra, how can I resist you? Okay. All right. Message for Libra at the Gemini full moon. Message for Libra at the Gemini full moon. Okay. Message for Libra, the Gemini full moon. Everybody else talking about coming out with something. You going inward with something. You keeping secrets, Libra? Or are you just searching inwardly for truth? No, I feel like you holding something back from people. I feel like you holding something back. What is this? Excuse me. Your truth. Your truth may look a little different from other people's truth. Your truth looks a little bit different from other people's truth. The way you communicate is a little different from the people around you and how they communicate. Distractions in your relationship or distractions hindering your commitment. Inside, you know the truth. Inside, you know the truth, but you kind of spread yourself thin dealing with people associated with your relationship. What in the world? Libra. I don't feel like you're getting any comfort in your own home. Or you have people coming and going in your house, people who don't live with you, who have this outside influence on the affairs within your home. Can't relate. I don't know nothing about that. But what I'm feeling is that it's like outside parties have influence within your home, within your relationship. They can say something, they can say one thing, and it changes the dynamic inside your comfort zone. Crazy. That's crazy. Okay. You keep a lot to yourself. You keep a lot bottled up, Libra. I feel like you hold your tongue very often concerning these third parties. It's almost like you just keep your head down and work and take care of what the things that you need to take care of, but you're not feeling truly heard. Very stifled type of energy. That's crazy because I'm talking about these air signs, and all three of y'all are having difficulties with communication that are being brought to light at the Gemini full moon, which is an air full moon. That's funny. Spirit will come through with the message, won't it? Definitely need to work on your communication too, but I think you need to work on expressing yourself more and allowing yourself to feel worthy of having an opinion that's listened to. Sometimes subconsciously, we don't feel like we matter. So when we start talking, it's almost like people start talking over you, or people don't listen to you, or people cut you off. Things like that will happen as a direct result of you having this energy of not feeling worthy expressing yourself. So Libra, if you have this, and I feel like it's a pattern, if you have this kind of pattern of feeling like people don't listen to you, or people don't believe you, or people don't value what you say, or people always think you're lying, you know what I'm saying? It's some type of negative effect of communication is coming up here. But I'm really feeling this energy of it, your words or your opinions, your thoughts, your point of view, perspective not being valued. If there's a pattern of that, it comes as a reflection of you not feeling worthy deeper within yourself. Oh, Lord, I looked at the card, it said you're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. You look like a shit show. Let me clear this up. It's a Gemini full moon, and Geminis can be some assholes. So that's why I chose to use this deck. It's not literally saying that you ugly or you look like or nothing like that, but the way you carry yourself can show people how you feel about yourself. And if you've allowed yourself to kind of just get, out of shape, that can be an indicator of you not feeling high value about yourself. If you don't pay much attention to your hair, that can indicate that you don't feel worthy. If you don't pamper yourself, that can indicate that you're not feeling worthy. So there will be a lot of focus on how how you take care of your body with that hermit Virgo type of energy here. Basically, the things that you do for yourself will be how you show your value. That'll be your truth. Because I'm not gonna lie, like if I go out to a corner store or something and I look bummy, if I have on big sweats and I have on like a hood or something, I don't have my hair done and I don't have nothing on my face, like I don't know if it's because I'm a dark skinned female or what, like people will kind of treat me a little like whatever. Never be nothing crazy, but they'll kind of just, kind of dismiss me or whatever. But if I step in a place like this, I get my respect. That's why I go outside all the time looking like this. You ain't gonna too much catch me in many places not looking put together. And it's not because of insecurity, because I think I'm pretty without makeup. But I realized how people will treat you when you look made up. So I think you're kind of pondering that thought at the Gemini full moon. You may actually be going to do something to dress yourself up, or you find yourself getting dressed up, or you have an occasion to be dressed up. Whatever the case may be, you just kind of want to show some value or show some self-worth, show some investment in yourself, and that's going to boost your that's going to be a statement, I guess, of your self-worth. And if you're around somebody who is around you all the time, if you're in a relationship, most of the time this is relationships in these readings. If you're with somebody and they're used to seeing you kind of on the bummy side, you just, or I ain't gonna say bummy, but they used to seeing you like be more plain Jane. I just go to work and I come home or whatever, and I don't get real fancy. I just kind of take care of my responsibilities. Then they may kind of just be in a routine of seeing you. Not saying that you don't value yourself, but the plain Jane look just doesn't communicate self-worth. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. Some people can do it, just be, all natural and they just smell good all the time and look good all the time. But a lot of people can't. A lot of people have to do something to judge themselves up a little bit. And I feel like if you just judge yourself up a little bit, invest a little bit of time in yourself, make yourself look a little cuter, a little prettier. Trust me, I am not the one to judge. I'm very body positive, but I'm also realistic. And that's that Venus conjunct Pluto and Saturn energy here. Venus is all about beauty, but then you're dealing with Saturn, which is discipline. It takes discipline to get up and do this every day. This ain't easy. I have to consciously say, okay, I have to dedicate the next hour and a half to 2 hours to my face. You know what I'm saying? And like, it don't always take that long because this is a real light beat. But what I'm saying, like, women who wear makeup every day, that's a conscious decision. That is discipline, and it communicates, it comes across, it's a statement of self-worth. And because they lead with that statement of self-worth, people treat them differently, just like people treat me differently when I walk up in a place looking like this. Libra, at the Gemini full moon, I think that's a lesson that's coming up for you, where you don't feel respected or you don't feel heard. Start leveling up on they dog ass. Start looking cute. Start looking bomb. You feel what I'm saying? And it ain't even, you ain't even got to wear no full face. Just do something. If you never wore a tinted lip gloss, boom, bring it out. If you want to start, dieting, boom, drop some pounds. If you want to wear a different hairstyle, boom, fix your crown. Whatever the case is, it's just like, and look at all of these women. These are all women, all of them. So take a little bit more care of yourself. That's a statement of value. And that's how a lot of people will, kind of know how to treat you. So that has been your reading Libra. Thank you for watching. Now we'll do fire next.